And welcome to MGD 111, Photoshop 1. If you're looking at these videos, you're in the right place, so good for you. We're going to take a quick tour through the syllabus of this class because, well, A, I'm required to do this with you, and B, you're not going to do it on your own, I'm pretty sure. So, let's start at the top of our syllabus here, and I need to remind you that some of the dates here are listed as TBA, because when I'm recording this, we haven't quite nailed down the exact dates for the semester. What you need to do is go to the content section of D2L and download the actual syllabus that has all of the correct dates on it, and then read along with that. But this has enough of the basic information that we need to cover. So, MGD 111, Photoshop 1. My name is Ron Ruel. That's my email address right there, and again, that'll be on the syllabus. Art department phone number is there. I'm required to put that there. However, that is not my phone number. You might be able to reach me that way, but more likely you should use the D2L email system. We'll cover that in a bit. Office hours. Since it's an online course, I don't really have office hours, but Tuesday mornings I will plan on being online from 8:30 to 10:30 so that you can log in and ask me questions via email. And I'll be there on top of it to try to answer them as quickly as possible. So consider that my office hours. Site emergency, in case you have a problem if you're on campus. Required text, it's a book called Revealed Photoshop by Elizabeth Eisner Redding. Required materials, you should have some sort of notebook or something to take notes in. Some sort of thumb drive to store your stuff on. Digital camera would be useful. Our art department has some of those if you're on campus. A SIM card for the camera, especially if you're borrowing one from the campus. And most importantly, a computer with Adobe Photoshop CC. Now, you can use a Mac or a PC. It does not matter as far as the functionality of the program. However, I am going to be teaching this course on a Mac. What you see on screen here is a Mac, and therefore it may look a little bit different from what you're looking at on a PC. The other thing to be concerned about is the keyboard is slightly different between a Mac and a PC. The command key on a Mac, which you'll hear me use a lot, is actually the control key on a PC. So when I say command P, if you're using a PC, you need to think control P. And to further confuse things, there is a control key on the Mac, which is the alt key on your PC. So other than that, it should all work. So you're not required to have a Mac, but I need to tell you that it is a Mac-based course. Also, there is a computer lab on campus that has all of the software on the machines there. So if you happen to be using the computers there, you should be well equipped for that. Course outline. I'll let you read through some of those things yourself. I just need to go through some of the very important things here. Bear in mind, course description. This serves to introduce the software used by modern visual designers, Mac-based, we just covered that, and it will introduce the fundamentals of Adobe Photoshop as well as Mac OS. Projects will include graphic design projects, artistic projects, and real-world research. General learning outcomes, I'll let you read those by yourself as well. Course objectives. Upon completion of this course, you'll have a solid working knowledge of Mac computers and Adobe Photoshop CC. Now bear in mind, this is Photoshop 1. There is also a Photoshop 2. We are not going to cover every single facet and aspect of Photoshop in this course. That would be impossible. So there are certain things that we are leaving to the sequel course. However, if this is the only Photoshop class you ever take, you're going to be pretty well equipped to be able to do most things that you want to do. Computer lab hours, it's room 214 in building 901. I say by appointment only. There will be scheduled lab times by the time the semester starts, and again, those will be posted on your semester, so just be aware that that is part of what you have available to use. But again, I don't know those hours just yet. They should be open hopefully 7 days a week at various times. Your grades, your final grades for the semester will be A, B, C, D, or F. However, individual projects I grade A, B+, B, C+, C, etc. So if it was not quite an A, but pretty solid B, I might give you a B+. So that little 0.5 might add up pretty well, but just know that the final project is going to be A, B, C, D, or F, or the final score will be. Exams, we don't have an exam in here. There may be some pop quizzes. so you don't have to worry about the makeup dates for exams. Deadlines. When the due date for a project is announced, it is due at the beginning of class on that date, or in case of an online course, we're going to have a specific time that the Dropbox will close. So make sure you get the project in by that time. Work turned in after that time will be considered late and will result in a reduced grade. If you miss a class, it's your responsibility to submit the work to me electronically via email or D2L. Most of the projects are too big for email, so you're going to have to use D2L. And I will check the transmission date on all electronic submissions. Anything submitted before the deadline is considered on time. Evaluations, just real quick, you'll be graded on professionalism, process, and realization. So how professional were you in doing this project? Did you use the processes that you were supposed to use? And how good did it turn out? It's 25%, 25%, and 50%. Attendance. Now, it's an online course. You don't think attendance is important. However, it is required on a regular basis, and it counts for a portion of your final grade. It's actually 10% of your grade. If you happen to bomb out on that part of it, that's a whole letter grade that's going to cost you. So sometime during every week, as you read through these lectures, somewhere there will either be a D2L message or somewhere in the lecture there will be a keyword or phrase that must be emailed back to me. That will let me know that you actually watched the videos or read the required materials. Also, I have an indication of when you logged into D2L. So if you try to tell me that you've been paying attention in class, we may find out that, wow, you haven't logged in 2 months. I may have to not believe you there. So just try to keep up on this. And again, just email me the secret word or the key phrase, and you'll get credit for that. Excuse me, I have a little bit of a cold. Early alert, we use that in this course, so pay attention to that. Basically, if you're missing too many classes, if you're not turning in your assignments, if you're doing substandard work, I'm required to notify the school, and perhaps they will notify you and see if there's something they can do to help you out. Class preparation, again, says here to be on time and fully prepared. Just make sure that you check in on a regular basis and don't fall too far behind here. Don't have to worry about cell phones. Email. You have an email that's assigned to you through CCA. If you need to contact me, use that email address only. Do not use your personal address from Comcast or AOL or whatever. The school forbids me from giving out any information to anything other than a CCA address or a D2L email communication. So please don't try to contact me through your regular email address. D2L, all students are required, and all faculty, to utilize D2L. If you found the syllabus and you're listening to this right now, congratulations, you know how to use it. I will be sending you communications on a regular basis. I will be posting the course material through D2L. I will be posting your grades, your attendance, pretty much every bit of information on here. The projects, the required materials for the projects, everything will be through D2L. So if you don't know how to use that, you need to find out. It's not my responsibility to teach you. There are tutorials online, so get that figured out, because if you can't do D2L, you can't do this class. Conduct, don't cheat. That's pretty simple here. Important dates, again, I don't have the dates for you right now, but there are dates for when you can drop the class and still get a refund. When you can drop the class with no refund, but you don't get an F or a 0 for your grade. And also there's usually a break during a semester, spring break or Thanksgiving break, whichever. So again, that will be posted when we have that information. And then we have a calendar, which is subject to change, which again, we'll have specific dates on here, but it tells you what we're going to be covering that week, whether we have a project due, what chapters you should read in the book, etc. So stay on top of that. I would advise you to look through the chapter of the book before you watch the videos. You may not understand what you're reading, but just familiarize yourself with the material and then go through it. And again, we'll go through that entire list later on as we go through the semester. But that's the basic syllabus. Thanks. Enjoy.